Right now, this is the moment where you take control of your life. Every word you speak, every story you share, every complaint you voice carries power. The reality is, not everyone around you is prepared to handle your problems. Many people don't care, and even those who seem to listen often cannot help you. Sharing your struggles with the wrong people drains your energy, clouds your focus, and slows your progress. The truth is simple. Problems are part of life, but telling everyone about them does not solve them. It doesn't make them smaller. It doesn't fix the situation. What it does is shift your focus outward, giving control of your energy to others instead of keeping it where it belongs within you. Real strength, real growth, comes from facing challenges silently, intentionally, and strategically. Most people are busy with their own lives. Most people judge more than they guide. When you start depending on them for understanding or solutions, you hand away the one thing you cannot afford to lose. Your focus. Your mental energy is your most valuable asset. Guard it. Protect it. Choose carefully who hears your inner thoughts, because energy wasted on idle sympathy is energy lost forever. The difference between people who succeed and those who drift is how they handle problems. Those who rise do not complain to anyone who cannot help. They do not broadcast their struggles. They focus on solutions, on action, on discipline. They understand that problems are tools, opportunities to learn, to strengthen, and to rise higher. But only if handled privately, thoughtfully, and with purpose. This message is not about isolation or secrecy for its own sake. It is about strength. It is about choosing your allies, protecting your mind, and refusing to give away power. Every problem you face is an opportunity to grow, but growth requires focus, courage, and silence. When you stop sharing your struggles with people who cannot help, you create room to solve them, to improve yourself, and to progress beyond the limits others impose. This is not a lecture. This is a wake-up call. Life will test you relentlessly. Challenges will come. People will misunderstand. Temptation to complain will be everywhere. But the path to strength, to influence, to success lies in mastering yourself, holding your thoughts, and letting your actions speak louder than your words. From this moment forward, consider every problem a personal responsibility, every obstacle a lesson in strength, and every silent victory a building block for your future. The world does not need to hear your struggles. It needs to see your results. Energy spent explaining is energy lost. Discipline kept in silence is power gained. True success is forged in this quiet, unseen arena where action outpaces complaint and results outshines words. Your ability to succeed, to grow, to reach higher depends on mastering this principle. Do not tell people your problems. Solve them, use them, learn from them, rise above them. And when others see your results, they will not wonder about your struggles. They will marvel at your strength. This is the moment where you stop giving away your power and start building your life with intention, focus, and unstoppable. This is the mindset that separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely talk about it. Every problem handled quietly is a victory for your future. Every solution you create in silence strengthens your character. Every step you take alone builds a foundation no one else can shake. From today, embrace this truth. Your problems are your responsibility, your strength is your shield, and your actions are the proof that you are unstoppable. Guard your mind, protect your energy, solve in silence, let your results speak. The life you want will not come to those who complain. It comes to those who act. There comes a point in life when a person must face a hard truth if they want to grow stronger. Most people around you are busy carrying their own weight. They wake up thinking about their own bills, their own stress, their own fears, and their own unfinished dreams. When you bring your problems to them, it does not land the way you expect. Some will listen for a moment, some will nod politely, and many will forget what you said as soon as the conversation ends. This is not because people are cruel. It is because attention is limited and self-concern is powerful. Understanding this early can save you years of disappointment and wasted energy. When you share your problems openly, you often expect comfort, understanding, or guidance. What you usually receive is something weaker. You receive short sympathy, empty advice, or silence. In some cases, you receive judgment. In other cases, you receive hidden satisfaction from those who feel better, knowing they are not struggling alone. This is why maturity begins when you stop expecting the world to carry your emotional weight. Strength grows when you realize that responsibility for your life sits with you. There is also a quiet cost to talking too much about your problems. Every time you repeat a struggle out loud, your mind hears it again. It becomes heavier. It feels more permanent. The problem starts to define your identity instead of remaining a situation you are working through. Many people trap themselves in this cycle without noticing. They speak about what is wrong so often that their mind stops searching for solutions. Their words train their thoughts, and their thoughts shape their actions. Another truth is that problems spoken in the wrong place rarely stay private. Words travel fast. They change shape. They lose context. Something shared in trust can become gossip without intention. Once that happens, you lose control of your own story. People start forming opinions based on fragments, not facts. That damage is difficult to undo. Silence, on the other hand, protects your dignity. It allows you to move quietly, fix what needs fixing, and speak only when there is progress to show. Many people believe talking about problems brings relief. Sometimes it does, but only for a moment. After that moment passes, the problem remains, often stronger than before. Relief without action is short-lived. Real relief comes from movement, from effort, from small daily decisions that slowly change the situation. This is why wise individuals become selective with their words. They understand that constant talking can replace meaningful action if they are not careful. There is also something powerful that happens when you stop explaining yourself. You conserve mental energy. You stop reliving frustration. You stop reopening emotional wounds. That energy becomes available for thinking clearly and acting deliberately. You begin to notice that silence creates focus. Focus creates direction. Direction creates results. This is not about becoming cold or distant. It is about becoming intentional. People who grow the most are often misunderstood during their quiet seasons. Others assume they are fine or assume they have given up. Neither matters. What matters is progress. When results arrive, explanations are no longer needed. Progress speaks in a language everyone understands. It commands respect. It is also important to recognize that not everyone wants to see you solve your problems. Some people become comfortable with your struggle because it keeps the relationship balanced in their favor. When you talk too much, you give away information that can be used to limit you, discourage you, or keep you stuck. This does not always come from bad intent, but the effect is the same. Protecting your inner world becomes an act of self-respect. Strength is built in moments when you choose to deal with difficulty privately, when you sit alone and think clearly, when you write plans instead of complaints, when you replace emotional release with disciplined effort. These moments are not dramatic. They are quiet. They do not earn applause, yet they shape character more than any public conversation ever could. Understanding that most people do not care about your problems is not meant to make you bitter. It is meant to make you free. Free from expectation, free from disappointment, free to focus on what truly moves your life forward. Once you accept this truth, you stop looking outward for validation and start building inward stability. This shift changes how you carry yourself. You become calmer. You speak with more purpose. You listen more than you talk. You choose action over explanation. Others begin to notice a quiet confidence about you. They may not know what changed, but they feel it. That confidence comes from knowing that your progress does not depend on approval or sympathy. There will always be challenges. That is part of being alive. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck often comes down to how they handle those challenges internally. Complaints weaken resolve, discipline strengthens it, silence sharpens awareness, effort creates momentum. When you stop telling people your problems, you also stop rehearsing failure. You stop building stories around struggle. You start building habits around improvement. Day by day, this changes how you see yourself. You move from someone who reacts to someone who responds, from someone who vents to someone who builds. In time, you may still share parts of your journey, but it will come from a place of strength, not need. It will come after lessons are learned, not while emotions are raw. That kind of sharing inspires instead of drains. It adds value instead of asking for it. The real turning point in personal growth often begins with this quiet decision. Keep your struggles private. Keep your effort consistent. Keep your focus sharp. Let your actions do the talking. Let your progress answer questions. You no longer feel the need to explain. As you move forward with this understanding, another discipline becomes necessary if you want peace and steady progress. You must become selective with your energy. Energy is limited. Every conversation, every explanation, every emotional exchange takes something from you. When you give that energy to the wrong places, you feel tired without knowing why. You wake up already drained, not because of work, but because of where your attention has been going. Many people do not realize how much energy is lost through unnecessary talking. Repeating the same problem to different people does not move life forward. It spreads your focus thin. Each time you speak about a struggle, your mind goes back into the emotional space of that struggle. Your body feels it again. Your shoulders tighten. Your breathing changes. Your mood drops. Just what? This happens even if the listener says kind words. The body does not know the difference between remembering pain and experiencing it again. Protecting your energy means choosing silence when silence serves you better. It means understanding that not every feeling needs a voice, and not every challenge needs an audience. Strength grows when you learn to sit with discomfort without rushing to explain it. That ability alone separates disciplined minds from reactive ones. What? Selective sharing does not mean shutting everyone out. It means understanding who deserves access to your inner world. Some people listen but cannot help. Some people listen but secretly enjoy your struggle. Some people listen but later repeat your words in places you never intended. When you speak without selection, you place your emotional balance in uncertain hands. There is a calm power in holding your ground quietly. When others complain, you observe. When others panic, you slow down. When others speak too much, you listen. This does not make you weak. It makes you aware. Awareness sharpens judgment. Judgment improves decisions. Better decisions improve outcomes. You begin to notice something important when you protect your energy. Your thinking becomes clearer. Problems that once felt heavy start to feel manageable. Not because they disappeared, but because you are no longer adding emotional noise to them. Silence removes clutter. With less clutter, people often confuse emotional release with emotional control. Talking feels good in the moment, but control feels good in the long run. Control gives you stability. Stability gives you confidence. Confidence allows you to face problems without fear. This is why disciplined people often appear calm even during pressure. They are not calm because life is easy. They are calm because they do not leak energy everywhere. There's also respect and quiet effort. When you stop announcing struggles, people stop seeing you as someone who is always fighting something. They begin to see you as someone who handles things. That shift changes how the world responds to you. Opportunities increase, trust grows, influence expands. None of that comes from complaining. It comes from composure. Protecting your energy also means limiting exposure to negative conversations. When people gather only to talk about what is wrong, progress slows. Minds become trained to focus on lack instead of action. Stepping away from those spaces is not arrogance. It is wisdom. You cannot build a strong future while constantly absorbing weak thinking. As you grow more selective, your words gain weight. When you finally speak, people listen. They listen because you do not waste words. They listen because your silence gave meaning to your voice. This is how leadership begins, not with volume, but with restraint. There will be moments when you feel the urge to explain yourself, to defend your choices, to justify your silence. Resist that urge. Explanation often comes from insecurity. Confidence needs no defense. Results do not ask for permission to exist. They stand on their own. Energy protected becomes energy invested. Instead of talking, you plan. Instead of complaining, you act. Instead of seeking sympathy, you build skill. Over time, this compounds. What once took effort becomes habit. What once felt hard becomes. Life rewards those who learn this lesson early. Speak less, do more. Choose silence when it strengthens you. Choose words only when they serve a clear purpose. In that discipline, you will find clarity, strength, and a quiet confidence that no amount of talking could ever create. When you stop spending your energy on unnecessary talk, something important shifts inside you. Your attention moves from describing the problem to dealing with it. This is where real progress begins. Complaining feels active, but it produces nothing. Action feels uncomfortable at first, but it produces results. Life does not change because problems are spoken out loud. Life changes because problems are handled. Many people get stuck because they talk more than they work. They explain their situation again and again, hoping that understanding will somehow replace effort. Understanding is useful, but it is not enough. Solutions are built through thought followed by action. Quiet effort always outperforms loud frustration. When you keep problems to yourself, your mind is forced to think differently. There is no audience to impress. There is no sympathy to lean on. There is only you and the situation in front of you. This pressure is healthy. It sharpens thinking. It forces honesty. You stop asking who can fix this for you and start asking what you can do next. Working on solutions requires patience. Solutions are rarely instant. They come from small steps taken consistently. When you are silent, those steps feel more personal. Each improvement feels earned. Each correction builds confidence. Over time, you begin to trust yourself more. That trust becomes one of your greatest assets. There is also dignity in solving your own problems. It builds self-respect. You wake up knowing that no matter what happens today, you have the ability to respond. That belief reduces fear. Fear weakens action. Confidence strengthens it. Complaining keeps you focused on what is wrong. Solution thinking shifts your focus to what is possible. The brain follows focus. If you focus on limits, you see limits everywhere. If you focus on improvement, options begin to appear. This is not positive thinking. This is practical thinking. The mind becomes a tool instead of a trap. Another benefit of working quietly is that mistakes become lessons instead of stories. When mistakes are shared too early, they turn into labels. People remember your failure more than your growth. When mistakes are handled privately, they become training. You adjust, you improve, you move forward without carrying extra weight. Silence also builds emotional strength. You learn to manage stress without needing approval. You learn to sit with uncertainty without panic. This emotional control carries into every area of life. Relationships improve. Work improves. Decision-making. There will be times when problems feel heavy. Silence does not mean ignoring pain. It means processing pain in a way that strengthens you instead of draining you. Writing, thinking, planning, and acting all help more than repeating the same story to different people. As you continue this path, you will notice something else. People start to respect your presence. They sense stability. They sense control. This is not something you announce. It is something they feel. Respect grows naturally around those who handle their life with discipline. Eventually, progress speaks for you. Improvements in your habits, your income, your mindset, and your behavior become visible. At that point, explanations are no longer needed. Results communicate clearly. This is the quiet power of handling problems without broadcasting them. You become stronger without noise. You become capable without attention. You grow without permission. And that kind of growth lasts. There comes a moment when you finally understand that strength is not something you announce. It is something you live. When you stop talking about what hurts you and start handling it with discipline, your entire posture toward life changes. You walk differently, you think differently, you carry yourself with calm certainty because you are no longer searching for sympathy. You are building capability. That shift alone separates those who remain stuck from those who move forward year after year. When problems stay private, they stop controlling your emotions. You no longer relive them again and again through conversation. Instead, you face them once, deal with them, and move on. The mind becomes clearer. Sleep becomes deeper. Your energy stops leaking in unnecessary directions. That saved energy starts working for you. It goes into learning, planning, and steady effort. Over time, this creates momentum that people around you can feel, even if they cannot explain it. Quiet discipline teaches patience, teaches you to wait for the right opportunity instead of rushing into the wrong one. Many people ruin their future because they need immediate comfort. They talk, complain, and seek reassurance. In doing so, they weaken their resolve. But when you resist that urge, and when you stay focused on improvement, you become stronger than yesterday. Not louder, stronger. You also develop emotional control. Life will always present stress, disappointment, and delay. Those things do not disappear. What changes is your reaction. Instead of reacting with words, you respond with action. Instead of explaining your situation, you improve it. This gives you a sense of control that most people never experience. Control brings confidence, and confidence changes how you show up every single day. As time passes, you begin to respect yourself more. Self-respect grows when you keep promises to yourself. Staying silent about your problems is one of those promises. It means you trust yourself enough to handle your life. That trust becomes the foundation of personal power. You no longer need approval to move forward. You move forward because you decided. You may notice that some people drift away. That is normal. Not everyone is meant to walk with someone who is growing. Some are comfortable only when others stay the same. This is not something to fight or explain. Growth often happens alone at first. Later, the right people appear, usually when you no longer need them. With progress comes clarity. You start seeing what truly matters. You stop wasting time on things that do not move your life forward. Conversations become more intentional. Actions become more meaningful. Every day feels like it has direction. Even difficult days feel useful because you know they are shaping you. Eventually, your results become visible. Not overnight, but clearly. People notice changes in how you speak, how you decide, and how you handle pressure. They sense that you are no longer easily shaken. Some will ask what changed. You do not need to give a long explanation. Your life is the explanation. At this stage, problems no longer feel like threats. They feel like tasks. Something to handle, learn from, and move beyond. This mindset removes fear. Fear disappears when you know you can trust yourself. And when fear leaves, focus takes its place. You begin to wake up with purpose, not excitement, not hype, but purpose, a calm awareness that today matters. that what you do today adds to who you are becoming. This awareness keeps you disciplined when motivation fades. Discipline does not require emotion, it requires decision. And you have already made that decision. Silence also protects your future plans. When goals stay private, they grow without interference. No opinions, no doubt from others, just steady effort. This gives your goals time to mature. When they finally show results, they are stronger and more stable. As you continue this path, life becomes more predictable in a good way. You know that effort brings results. You know that consistency creates progress. You know that patience pays off. These are not beliefs anymore. They are experiences. Experiences build confidence far more than words ever could. In the end, you realize something simple and powerful. Talking about problems does not solve them. Working on yourself does. Staying silent was never about hiding pain. It was about protecting growth. It was about choosing strength over comfort and progress over attention. If you carry this lesson forward, your future will look very different from your past. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. You learned to rely on action instead of explanation. You learned to trust discipline instead of emotion. You learned to let progress speak. And when progress speaks, it speaks clearly. It speaks through results, through confidence, through a life that moves forward without needing approval. This is how strong people are built, quietly, consistently, one disciplined day at a time. As this way of living continues, you start to notice a deeper change that goes beyond habits and results. Your inner world becomes steady. You are no longer pulled in many directions by opinions, reactions, or emotions that do not serve you. The noise fades. What remains is clarity. You know what matters. You know what does not. That clarity is rare, and it is powerful. When problems show up, they no longer shake your identity. You do not think, "This is happening to me," or "Why is life unfair?" You think, "This is something to handle." This shift alone saves years of emotional struggle. Most people suffer more from their thoughts about problems than from the problems themselves. When you stop talking and start observing, the mind calms down. Calm creates space for better thinking. Better thinking leads to better choices. You choose how to spend your time more carefully. You choose who gets access to your energy. You choose what thoughts deserve attention. These choices may look small from the outside, but they shape your future in ways few people understand. Life is built on daily decisions, not big speeches. There is also a quiet pride that grows inside you. Not the loud kind that needs recognition, but the solid kind that comes from knowing you are doing the work. You know how many days you showed up when no one was watching. You know how many times you stayed disciplined when quitting felt easier. That private record builds unshakable confidence. No praise can replace it. No criticism can destroy it. As weeks turn into months, your patience deepens. You stop rushing results. You understand that real change takes time. This patience protects you from frustration. It keeps you moving forward even when progress feels slow. Most people quit because they expect quick rewards. You continue because you trust the process. Your emotional reactions also soften. You are not cold or detached, but you are controlled. You do not let anger make decisions for you. You do not let disappointment steal your focus. You feel emotions fully, then you return to action. This ability becomes one of your greatest strengths. Emotional control is not about suppressing feelings. It is about directing them. Silence teaches you to listen more. You listen to your own thoughts. You listen to feedback that matters. You listen to life. This listening helps you adjust early instead of failing late. It helps you see warning signs before problems grow bigger. It helps you learn faster than those who are always talking. You may also notice that your standards for yourself continue to rise. Things you once accepted no longer feel acceptable. Not because you became harsh, but because you became serious. Serious about your time. Serious about your future. Serious about the kind of person you want to become. This seriousness gives your life weight and direction. People around you may misunderstand your silence. Some may think you are distant. Some may think you changed. In truth, you did change. You changed your priorities. You changed your focus. You changed your relationship with struggle. You no longer need to explain yourself. Your path does not require approval. Over time, your actions begin to speak clearly. Your work improves. Your decisions become sharper. Your consistency becomes noticeable. People trust you more because you are reliable. Reliability is rare. It is built through quiet discipline, not loud promises. There is also freedom in this way of living. Freedom from needing validation. Freedom from emotional drama. Freedom from constant comparison. When you stop sharing every difficulty, you stop measuring your life against others. You run your own race at your own pace. That freedom creates peace. Peace allows deeper focus. Focus allows mastery. Mastery creates value. Value opens doors. This chain reaction begins with one decision: to stop wasting energy on complaints and start investing in growth. One choice can change the direction of your entire life. As your inner strength grows, fear loses its power. Fear depends on doubt. Doubt fades when you trust yourself. You trust yourself because you have evidence. Evidence built through discipline, effort, and consistency. You no longer hope you can handle challenges. You know you can. This knowledge changes how you face the future. You are no longer waiting for perfect conditions. You act with what you have. You improve what you can control. You leave the rest alone. This mindset removes stress. You also become more selective with your words. When you do speak, it has purpose. You do not waste conversations. You contribute value. People listen because your words are backed by experience. Silence made your voice stronger. As life moves forward, problems do not disappear, but they no longer define you. They become part of the journey, not the identity. You understand that struggle is temporary, but character lasts. You choose to build character. This path is not popular. It does not bring instant attention. It does not satisfy the need for comfort. But it builds something far greater. It builds a life that works, a life that moves forward, a life that you respect. When you look back after a year of living this way, you will barely recognize the old version of yourself. Not because everything became perfect, but because you became capable of handling pressure, capable of staying focused, capable of growing without noise. In the end, this is what separates those who stay stuck from those who rise. Not intelligence, not luck, not talent. It is discipline and silence. It is choosing action over explanation. It is trusting the process even when no one is cheering. If you carry this lesson with you, you will not need to announce your strength. It will show in how you live, in how you decide, in how you respond when life tests you. Your progress will speak clearly, and it will speak with authority. This is how lasting success is built, quietly, patiently, with purpose. Day after day, you become someone who does not talk about problems, but solves them. Someone who does not seek attention, but earns respect. Someone who lets results do the talking. As this way of thinking settles into your daily life, something even deeper begins to form. You start to trust yourself in a way you never did before. Not blind confidence, but earned confidence. Confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. Confidence that grows because you know how you behave under pressure. You have seen yourself choose discipline when excuses were available. That knowledge changes how you stand, how you speak, and how you face uncertainty. When challenges appear, you do not panic. You slow down. You look at the situation clearly. You separate emotion from action. This alone gives you an advantage most people never develop. Many lose control because they talk too much about what they feel instead of deciding what to do. You become different. You process feelings privately and move forward with intention. Your days also become more structured without feeling rigid. You understand that freedom comes from order. When you control your schedule, your energy lasts longer. You stop wasting mornings. You stop drifting through evenings. Each part of the day has a purpose, even if that purpose is rest. Rest becomes planned, not an escape. As time passes, you notice how your self-talk changes. The voice inside your head becomes calmer and more supportive. You stop attacking yourself for mistakes. You correct them and continue. This healthy inner dialogue keeps you consistent. Harsh self-criticism breaks momentum. Calm self-direction builds it. You also begin to understand people better. You see why many complain. You see why many stay stuck. You no longer judge them, but you no longer join them either. You choose a different path. This emotional maturity allows you to keep peace without sacrificing progress. Silence also sharpens your awareness. You notice patterns you once missed, patterns in your habits, patterns in your reactions, patterns in the outcomes you create. Awareness gives you the power to change faster. You stop repeating the same mistakes because you catch them early. Your discipline starts to show in physical ways as well. Your posture improves. Your energy feels steadier. Your sleep becomes deeper because your mind is not filled with noise. These small physical changes are signs of inner alignment. Your actions and values begin to match. Over time, people begin to ask you how you stay so focused. They notice your calm. They notice your progress. They notice that you do not get pulled into drama. You do not explain everything. You share only what helps. Your example becomes your message. This stage of growth also teaches you patience with outcomes. You stop forcing results. You focus on effort. You understand that effort compounds. One disciplined day leads to another. One strong week leads to a strong month. This long-term view protects you from burnout. You also develop respect for time. Time becomes valuable because you see how quickly it passes. You stop trading hours for comfort. You invest hours in skills, health, and clarity. This respect for time makes your days fuller, not busier. There will be moments when doubt tries to return. That is normal. Growth does not remove doubt completely. It teaches you how to move forward anyway. When doubt appears, you do not argue with it. You act in spite of it. Action weakens doubt faster than words ever could. Your relationship with failure changes too. Failure no longer feels personal. It feels informative. You study it. You adjust. You improve. This mindset removes fear. Fear depends on the idea that failure defines you. Once you understand that failure trains you, fear loses control. As months continue, your identity shifts. You no longer see yourself as someone trying to improve. You see yourself as someone who improves daily. This identity change is powerful. Behavior follows identity. When improvement becomes who you are, consistency becomes natural. You also become more selective with your environment. You protect your space. You protect your routines. You limit exposure to negativity. This is not isolation, it is intention. You choose inputs that strengthen you. Music, books, conversations, and silence all become tools. Your focus deepens. Distractions become easier to ignore, not because they disappear, but because you value your goals more. Value determines attention. When your future matters, distractions lose appeal. This focus allows you to work with intensity without stress. You work hard, then you rest fully. You stop half working and half resting. This balance keeps your mind sharp and your energy stable. You also begin to feel gratitude more often. Gratitude not forced, but natural. You appreciate progress. You appreciate growth. You appreciate the strength you are building. Gratitude grounds you and prevents arrogance. As you continue, you realize that silence did not make you weak. It made you strong. It made you thoughtful. It made you deliberate. You speak less, but you mean more. You react less, but you act more. The results of this way of living may not be immediate, but they are inevitable. Skills improve. opportunities appear. Confidence solidifies. You become someone others rely on. Reliability opens doors quietly. You also stop chasing motivation. You understand that motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Discipline carries you through low days. Discipline turns ordinary days into productive ones. This approach to life builds resilience. Resilience is not about never feeling tired. It is about continuing even when tired. It is about staying aligned with your purpose when comfort tries to pull you away. Eventually, you reach a point where you no longer recognize the person who used to talk endlessly about problems. That version needed attention. This version needs progress. That shift defines maturity. Your life becomes simpler, not easier. Simpler because you remove what does not matter. You focus on what does. This simplicity creates strength. Strength creates momentum. Momentum changes everything. With momentum, effort feels lighter. Progress feels natural. Momentum turns discipline into habit, and habits shape. At this stage, you understand something important. Silence was never about hiding. It was about building. Building skills, building character, building self-respect. Self-respect becomes your foundation. From this foundation, you can handle more responsibility. You can aim higher. You can demand more from yourself without breaking. Pressure no longer scares you because you train for it. This is how real confidence is formed, quietly, consistently, with intention. As life continues to test you, you meet each test with calm strength. You do not announce your struggles. You do not seek sympathy. You seek solutions. This mindset keeps you moving forward. In the end, the greatest reward of this path is not success alone. It is self-trust. Knowing that no matter what happens, you will respond with discipline, clarity, and action. That trust gives you peace. Peace gives you power. And power, when used wisely, creates a life that works. This is the result of choosing progress over complaints, discipline over noise, action over explanation. Day after day, you become someone who lives with purpose, moves with control, and grows without needing approval. That is how a strong life is built. Now, as you bring all of this together, understand that your life will not improve because you told someone about your struggles. It will improve because you acted on them. Every problem you face is an opportunity, but only if you take ownership and handle it with strength, focus, and silence. Complaining or seeking unnecessary sympathy drains your energy, slows your growth, and keeps you stuck where you are. The real power comes from taking control of your mind and your actions. When you stop giving away your energy by telling everyone your problems, you create space to think clearly, make better decisions, and act consistently. You begin to see solutions where others see only obstacles. You learn to rely on your own discipline and resourcefulness. You discover that strength grows quietly, steadily, and invisibly long before anyone notices it. Your progress is the ultimate response to every challenge. Let your results replace your complaints. Let your accomplishments be louder than your explanations. The people who matter, the people who can truly help, will be there when you need guidance, not when you need a sounding board. Your focus, your energy, your mental clarity, these are far too valuable to waste on people who do not contribute to your growth. This is the moment to commit to mental strength, to discipline, and to silence. Solve your problems without distraction. Grow without interruption. Act without announcement. Build the life you want, not by explaining your challenges, but by overcoming them. Every step you take in quiet determination moves you closer to your goals. Every small victory strengthens your confidence. Every problem handled privately becomes a stepping stone to your success. Remember, the world will not applaud your complaints, but it will respect your results. So, the people who see you overcome difficulties without whining will recognize your discipline, your intelligence, and your resilience. Your life will improve because of what you do in silence, not because of what you say out loud. Guard your energy, focus on solutions, and let action be your language. Do not wait for validation. Do not seek approval. Do not waste your energy on sympathy that does not empower you. Instead, invest in yourself, your skills, and your mindset. Face each problem head-on, learn from it, and move forward stronger than before. Your discipline in handling struggles quietly is what will separate you from the crowd. In the end, success is built on the strength you cultivate in private, the decisions you make when no one is watching, and the actions you take when you could easily complain instead. Solve your problems. Grow quietly. Let your results speak for you. That is the path to true power, to lasting achievement, and to a life filled with purpose, confidence, and independence. From this day forward, commit to solving your problems silently, strengthening your mind, and letting your actions define your life. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge you overcome builds your character. Every success achieved in silence becomes your unshakable foundation. Guard your energy, protect your focus, and let your results replace your words. This is how you become unstoppable, how you rise above distractions, and how you create a life that no one can take away. Your problems are not your story. Your actions are. Your growth is your legacy. Handle them in silence. Act with purpose. Move with intention. Let the life you build be your statement, not your complaints. The future you desire will not come from explaining your difficulties. It will come from conquering them quietly, consistently, and relentlessly. This is where true strength begins. This is where transformation takes root. This is where you step into your full potential. Solve in silence, act with discipline, and let your results speak louder than any words ever could. Your life will reflect the power of the choices you make today, the energy you protect, and the actions you take without needing anyone's validation. Now move forward with clarity, with courage, and with unstoppable focus. And to actually handle your challenges, grow through them, and let your progress replace every complaint. This is your life, your responsibility, and your opportunity. Rise to it, master it, make it remarkable.